Welcome to the YK podcast, You're Kidding podcast. My name is Gev,
This is Scop.
and this is our, fifth episode?
Yeah, let's get started.
It's crazy.
I know.
So, first of all, let's talk about big congratulations in order to you. You proposed
Yeah, I
to
did.
your girlfriend. Taken off the market, ladies. Golf is
Fully.
off the market officially. How was that? How was that whole experience? You guys were in Europe, right?
Yeah, it was fun. It was an entire process.
Yeah.
I definitely had that thing where if you're stressed about something for a really long time,
Yeah.
especially it's been 7 months, you're stressed about something and then you finally get over that.
Yeah.
And you just body completely shuts down for a little bit because you're just now experiencing the post-stress
Right.
experience. So yeah, I had that happen, which wasn't fun because I still had dinner reservations for everybody plus and then some.
Yeah. So,
But
how
the
was
entire
it?
thing was pretty fun.
The entire process go from beginning to end. Planning it. How did you try to?
Planning it, I think I started last December.
Yeah.
I was okay, I think I want to start thinking about this. And then it was just what day should I do it? Where should I do it? Because I definitely don't want to do it in the US.
Right.
I'm so tired of those typical proposals that everyone does in the US, and they pick some random place, either if they're in California, some random place in California,
Yeah.
or going to Vegas and doing it. It's
It's kind of a vibe going to Vegas, though.
it is, but the vibe of going to Vegas is Sin City. It's not let me
Right.
propose to my girlfriend of something
you're
plus
right.
years. It's
Yeah.
let's go there and have some fun and forget about the rest of existence for a
Yeah.
little bit.
Not all these crusty ass Vegas proposals.
No,
Where they
not
go and
throwing
just get
shade,
married.
but- huh?
Straight up. You know how they go to chapels and stuff and
Yeah,
get
you
married?
could do that, but again, it's Sin City. It's not really
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see the romanticism behind proposing in Vegas.
Got it.
Unless you're gonna go do it in the Grand Canyon, but then
Right.
it's not Vegas anymore. That's the Grand Canyon.
Right. Is the Grand Canyon in Nevada?
Yeah, it's part of it is in Nevada.
Right.
Right, it's starts in Nevada, Arizona, and then I think all the way until
Just
Colorado.
all the states.
It covers. I think some part of it in Arizona you can jet ski through.
What?
Yeah, it's a really fun thing.
No way.
But
So
yeah, so I was okay, definitely outside. And then I know she kept mentioning she really wants to go to Ireland and go to Irish pubs and stuff like that. I'm what
Yeah.
what a great idea. I'll propose in Ireland, then we'll go to a bunch of Irish pubs and have fun.
yeah.
Especially with the classical Irish where they sit down and sing and you can have a couple of drinks of Guinness, which was really
nice
fun. The Guinness
good beer,
was
right?
amazing. Oh my god,
Did you wear a kilt?
that's Scottish, bro.
Oh, okay.
Why is everyone I told Ireland about, they're are you gonna wear a kilt? It's
Yeah.
it's not Irish, it's
Okay.
Scottish.
It's in the vicinity of Ireland. I just feel like
It's on a different island.
It's okay, right? Okay, you're right. Okay. So what do they wear? They don't wear kilts?
No,
Do they all just
wear
look like leprechauns, or what's the vibe?
it's normal people. I think the main stereotype would be gingers are from
Oh,
Ireland.
right, that's true.
Yeah,
did you get any a weird culture shock, people being very, oh, you're American and rude, mean behavior or anything?
No,
like
everyone in Ireland was really nice.
Oh, okay.
Denmark as well. People in London were kind of snobby, but I kind of expected that.
that? That's
'cause,
London. Yeah.
it's England.
Yeah.
English people are snobby in general. But yeah, mostly that. And Ireland, it was more difficult getting people to do stuff. Like I had to keep calling them and making sure that they're actually going through with the process.
Yeah. Oh, you mean reserving things and planning?
Yeah,
out.
exactly. For example, when I was planning the proposal, I got a photographer.
Yeah.
And I'm okay, I need to your account details to send you the money. And he
Right.
only sends me the routing number. I need more information.
Yeah.
I can't just use this to wire you money.
Right.
And he doesn't respond. And this was October.
Mm-hmm.
And then, no, sorry, this was September. And then October rolls around and I message him again. I'm hey, I need more details. Is this
Yeah.
happening? And he doesn't respond. And I keep messaging him until November. I'm you know what? I'm just gonna find someone else if you're not responding to me at this point.
Too sus.
Yeah. So I find someone else, and she was great. The entire process that she did was amazing.
Isn't the banking system? It's not a banking system. They use something over in Europe called like Revolut or something
Yeah, they
to
did.
send and receive
But he didn't
money.
send me enough information to send that with
To
that
for
either.
that,
So
yeah.
like,
I also think we're very used to how it is in America, where we're so like it's so detail oriented in everything that you're doing, whether it's like an invoice you're sending, whatever.
well, that too, but also people here are very meticulous, I feel
Right.
like. So like if I want something done, you're gonna
Yeah.
get it done
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah.
It's not like I need to check in with you every like second to make sure it's
Yeah.
getting done.
Exactly.
And then because of that previous photographer, I like kept checking in with this other photographer. And she was great. She would answer all my questions, but like I felt bad. Like I was just constantly like hassling her for
To
to
yeah,
make sure that like
get shit
hey, you know,
done.
like this is gonna actually happen.
Was
Like
she a ginger?
yeah, but she was Russian.
Oh, what? A
Yeah.
Russian in Ireland?
She apparently married this Irish person.
Oh,
Her
okay.
husband is Irish. They moved to she moved to Ireland.
Mm,
I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago,
yeah.
which was
Wow.
really cool. And she was actually based around the area where I was going to propose, which was in Powerscourt.
Mm,
Really beautiful area, like super
yeah.
amazing gardens. Still waiting for the photos. She's like, I'll send it to you after New Year's,
Oh,
after the
so the
holidays.
pictures that you guys sent were they kind of like a preview?
Yeah, so those
Oh,
were like preview pictures, and we only got like I
right.
think 12 of them. The rest are still to come. And
Yeah.
we took a lot of pictures.
Super nice pictures, by the way.
Thank you. I can't wait for the entire thing. That'll be really fun.
Yeah.
And then the hotel scene was pretty fun, but just
Yeah.
dealing with the hotel too, it was such a hassle. I met up, so I called them for the for the transportation, not the free one, but the transportation from the airport to the hotel.
Yeah.
It was going to be 300 euros, I think.
Which
300
is like
to,
almost
yeah,
$400.
yeah, almost $400. No,
Yeah.
no, not even. It's like
Not even?
$320.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, because the euro has dropped a lot. I think like €1 is like $1.06.
Yeah.
But I was talking to her and then I sent her the form and she never responded. And then I come there and I'm like, hey, I need a room set up with cloths and stuff like that. She's like, oh, were you the person I was talking to on the phone and over email about the bus? I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, what happened to that? She's like, what do you mean? You never sent the form. I was like, yeah, I did. Here's my
Yeah.
email.
You should have just taken your Tesla out there, honestly. Let's be real. You know?
Apparently, speaking
Charge
of
it
which,
up.
did you know like Teslas are super popular with the younger crowd in Ireland? Like
Oh, what?
all the younger families have like Teslas.
Wow.
Model Ys, and even the photographer, she had a Model 3, but like the rest of them, they just have like Model Ys or Model 3s.
Interesting.
I,
How do
I
they aren't most of the cars in Europe like super small and
yeah,
of
but
they
Tesla's itself isn't like super large as a vehicle.
I guess that's true, yeah.
The only difficult thing is it's like a right hand drive, so it's not on the.
Oh, let's talk. So I get a Snapchat from Cop, and you were like, you took a video of the car where you're driving on the opposite side, and I messaged you. I was like, be careful because it's not the same.
You know what my biggest worry wasn't like me driving on the opposite side of the street. It's how narrow everything is. So I'm like, I really don't want to like scrape this car on something. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like trying to be super careful with going into really tight spots.
right. Was it a rental?
It was a rental.
Okay.
It was actually this new thing. So I didn't use Expedia or anything like that, like the normal rent a car services.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of them had manual cars. I don't have a problem with that, but
Oh, okay.
they
You
were
can drive.
yeah, I can drive manual.
Okay.
But like Mihir actually taught us during Hawaii. We had like this one
What?
car that we rented, and we just like started circling the island with it. It was pretty fun.
Me
But-
here is our producer. For those of you that don't know, shout out to the producer.
But
Yeah. So you were figuring out the rental, the situation.
so we were
for-
looking at the pricing, and I found this Mercedes and this Volkswagen for basically the same price as what Rent a Car was having
Yeah.
for an old like manual drive Piguet or something like that. I don't know. It was this French brand car,
Oh, okay.
French car brand. So we rented these two, and it was pretty easy. It was like a 1 day rental.
Yeah.
My dad's came out to be €100. Mine was like €106.
Oh, okay. That's
So it
not
wasn't
bad.
that bad.
For a day.
Yeah, this was after like all the insurance and stuff like that too.
Got it.
Whereas like with rent a car, it was like 130, €140.
Yeah. But did you guys feel the need to like, oh, obviously you did because you got a rental, but I know mostly everyone that goes as a tourist to Europe or people that live in Europe are more towards like the public transportation. They lean towards that more as a resource, right?
So yeah, no, we were definitely using the public transport most of the, like 99% of the time.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just one, we had like 10 people, and with my grandma's, it's kind of hard to use the transport system.
I get it.
Especially when we're not staying in London. We had
Right.
to, first we went to Windsor, which technically is part of London, I guess.
Yeah.
It falls within the city limits.
Yeah.
But we went to Windsor Castle, and then from Windsor Castle, we had to go to Luton, UK, which was like super far from Windsor. And I don't think there was, I didn't check, but I don't think there was a train system that would help us get there.
Oh, okay.
And actually, we looked it up. The train would be more expensive than just renting this car and going from Windsor to Luton and then back to London.
Yeah.
It would be way more expensive for
do
10
that.
people to do that than just renting two
You
cars.
should have just rented a whole party bus or like a limo.
Oh my God.
Something like fun. It was after you proposed or before?
Yeah, this was after. So we
After.
started in Ireland and I proposed. And then
Yeah.
we went to Dublin after the power scored.
Yeah.
Mainly because when I was booking the hotel, they're like, oh, we don't have the Christmas pricing yet available. And we won't have it until, when did they say? We won't have the Christmas pricing until like September or October. Like, I'm not waiting until September to just book a
Yeah.
hotel. Like, I'll book like the
Might
days
as well.
until the 24th, and then the 24th to like the whatever days we're in
Yeah.
Ireland, I'll book in Dublin. And then from there, we'll do London and then Denmark and then back to LA.
Yeah. Don't tell me it was a repeat of the Marriott or which hotel was it where you guys went for like the elite or something, and then there was something you were telling me about something like some experience like that.
Was it in Europe or?
In Europe, I think you were with your family, and then they wouldn't give you a booking or something.
Oh, that was in Vienna. This was when I was flying
Vienna.
to Armenia.
Yeah,
Basically, we have a 10-hour layover.
Yeah.
And the plane got there early, so we had an 11-hour layover at this point.
Yeah.
And we leave and we go to the hotel room
Yeah.
and what's it called? So after the 11-hour layover, we had to go back to we decided we would get a hotel.
Yeah.
And the hotel is Marriott I found in central Vienna. And we go there and this woman, and we approach them, and I see that they have space available online, right? It shows on their website that they have space.
Right.
They're like, oh, we're fully booked. I'm like, wait, what do you mean you're fully booked? There's no way you're fully booked. Like, it shows on your website that you have space. They're like, no, we don't
Availability is
have
there.
any space at all. I'm like, okay, give me a second. I like, my mom and I walk.
I need to call a guy.
Yeah, I need to call a guy.
the vibe.
We walk away, and I'm like, Mom, we bring out your laptop. Let me just like book a room.
Yeah.
So she pulls out her laptop. I book a room like immediately, and then we walk back like 2 minutes later, and we're like, so about that availability that you have, we're like, we already told you guys we don't have anything available. I'm like, actually, you might want to check your reservation system because we have a room waiting for us right now. and then what I booked it under was like the elite status, like,
Yeah.
and I booked like because all they had was premium rooms available, so I booked like their suite.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. So like I booked their premium suite with like the Marriott Gold status elite membership,
Yeah.
right?
They were super impressed, right?
And
They're
then
like, oh shit.
and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, would you like some champagne, sir? Can
Yeah.
we get you anything? It's like,
the
oh, of
tone
course.
changes.
Now that I've spent some money, you want to act like that, like
Yeah.
instead of being
I think we
accommodating.
talked about this before. It's so different in other countries, customer service, right? I feel like people are so much more spoiled here in America. Maybe just LA, but I feel like there's more expectations. So when people do travel, you're not getting that same, obviously, customer service experience and coddling, so to speak, of
Yeah, that like service with a smile experience.
yeah, the customer is always right and all this. Which
I
is so
definitely
bullshit,
feel that,
in
but
my
I feel
opinion.
like recently that's begun to change in America because you're definitely not getting that same service with a smile as you used to.
Yeah, well, after COVID and stuff, yeah.
Well, even before that, like I would say, I don't know, like I feel like the service here has gone down in the recent years.
Yeah.
People aren't like I mean, they'll do it, but they'll be very grumpy about it, or they just won't like, they'll give you attitude while doing it instead of
Yeah.
like smiling and doing it as they're supposed, as like the norm is.
Right.
Right. I don't know. I feel like it's changed recently, and
Yeah.
regardless, if you spend money anywhere, your entire like people's attitude towards you is going to change when you
Right.
start spending money as opposed to not to.
Well, the way that it's like easy to tell how it is in European countries specifically
But I
is
definitely
like,
agree with you. Like,
yeah, yeah.
no, I
If you go to like any designer store, so the Beverly Center has a bunch of designer stores, um, I would go to hang out there with my friends and stuff, and they're obviously like they're much more scared to approach those types of stores just because of the way that the customer service exists for, like, for example, like Louis Vuitton or something. You go in, someone has to sort of, what is it, what do they call it, like a client specialist
yeah, it has to
comes to
approach
you and
you.
says, oh, what do you want to buy, whatever. And so a lot of people get taken aback, they get scared by that sort of interaction because they might not necessarily want to buy anything. They just want to go in and check it out, whatever.
Yeah,
And
which
so,
there's
yeah.
no problem. You can
I
definitely do it.
actually, so I have a story in France. I have family that live in France, and they live in Reims, which is like a suburb type, kind of like outside city. And so I was with my cousins. We went to a Zara, what, just like basic, whatever. The look that you get from these security guards when you're not purchasing anything. You just went in, to like look around. You might shop, you might not, right? And the look that you get coming out, like exiting the store, is like you stole something. It's just such a different vibe over there. They're very like, I don't know what it is. I don't know why that like cultural difference
I know what you're
exists.
saying. It's because I've experienced that before. If you like walk, because for some reason there, I feel like they expect you to buy something when you're walking into the store. Like you can't just walk in and browse and just be
Yeah,
like, nah, nothing caught my eye. I'll
right.
walk out.
Whereas here, you just go in and whatever.
Yeah, definitely. Like you could, for example, one time I was in Armenia and this was like middle of winter and it was freezing cold because I didn't pack for it. I
Yeah,
was there for my uncle's wedding, and to my friend, I'm like, hey, let's walk into the store and like it's gonna be warm in there, so like let's walk in, just like browse and then get warm. He's like, you can't do that. I'm like,
yeah.
I can't walk into a store and browse around for a little bit and then decide I don't want anything and
Right. It's
leave.
so different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's changed now, so like you can do that. It's more accepting.
yeah.
But like this is what I want to say 15 years ago.
Hmm.
Yeah, the entire staff found it really weird that we walked into a store and we're
And
like,
just didn't.
yeah, no, I
Well,
don't
I
want
guess that
anything.
the way they think is like, why are you, the point of going to a store is to purchase something, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, for example,
Nobody goes on a promenade anymore.
yeah. Well, wait, what do you mean?
A promenade,
Yeah. What is that?
like if you just go for a walk.
Oh,
and you
okay.
Just like,
I just thought of Third Street Promenade.
well, I mean, it's called
That's what it
promenade for
is,
like
yeah.
promenading around, right? Like that
Right.
was a whole thing back in Victorian England or
Yeah.
whatever.
Nobody uses that word anymore. We had this conversation before.
It's like
All
over
of these
Morrow.
old words that, like, what does it mean? But I was gonna say I have another story. So we're walking on Champs-Élysées. Is that how you say the street?
Champs Elysees.
In France. And I was with my parents, and I was so sick that time that we went to France. It was during the winter, so super cold. I'm sick, and it's like this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
We walk up to a restaurant, and I ask the waitress, I'm like, "Hi, can I get napkins?" First of all, French people do not want to speak to you in English. If you speak English, enemy number one. They don't like Americans. I don't know why. So I walk up and I'm like, "Hey, can I get a napkin?" And she looks confused, like she didn't understand the word or something. And I was like, "Tissue, something." She says, "Hold on one second." Goes, brings out her manager, and the manager proceeds to tell me, "Hi, this is a restaurant establishment. We don't give out napkins." And I was like probably 15, 16, and I was like, what is going on? I just need a tissue. So we had to go by to like a nearby they had like, like how they have kiosks or whatever there. I guess
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do, but we had to go and purchase like a pack of tissues.
Wait,
Insane.
did you say napkin? Because I know like for them, napkin means something else.
What does it mean?
I thought like, am I confusing it? But I think napkins means like underwear.
What?
So
That's
maybe
not a thing.
I don't know. I can
You
look it
sure?
up, but I remember like there was like a cultural difference where like
Are you thinking of knickers?
no, I'm thinking about napkins, like British English, like people
Oh.
refer to uh
I don't know. I don't know these words, but it was just funny. My parents were so pissed. They were like, "What do
Right.
you mean you can't give us a tissue, a napkin?" I said it in
Sorry,
like
it means a diaper.
napkins means diaper.
Yeah.
In what?
In British English, that's like the
No way.
So like a nappy would be a diaper.
Oh,
So maybe that's why they're like, this
oh
is a
my
rest-
god! But I said tissue. What does
Well,
tissue
tissue,
mean?
yeah.
Tissue means like I don't know, fucking thong. Like insane.
I think tissue means toilet paper.
Tissue means toilet paper.
Yeah.
They're so weird. And
like the slang.
Crisp is chips, and chips is something
Fries.
else. Fries. Like, can y'all just be normal or what? What's going on?
Color is spelled with a U.
Color is spelled with the U. They're pretty weird. But anyway, back to finish your story. So everything went well. You
Yeah, it was
proposed.
perfect.
She was like kind of surprised, right? She's like, I knew. But I feel like every like girl says that. Like,
No, I feel
oh,
like
I
everyone
knew.
says
You know,
that.
I had a feeling. That's the thing.
I'm sure she had a feeling. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
definitely a thing you're gonna experience. But there's no way like she would have like known for
Known,
sure.
right?
It was fun. It was definitely fun.
And it was nice that you guys, like both of your families were there, and everyone was sort of
Yeah.
just one big kumbaya, if you
No,
will.
it definitely was fun. You know what wasn't fun?
What?
Walking back to the hotel room after the fireworks show in London.
And for New Year's Eve,
Oh my god, that was a shit show,
a
bro.
lot
Like,
of people, huh? I saw.
not just a lot of people, but like it was so unorganized.
Oh.
And like even the cops, like I would approach them and they'd be like, "Oh, go to this place, it's open." We would get there and they're like, "Yeah, it's not open. We don't know what you're talking about. Go the other way." And we're like, "We just came from that way. That place is closed too."
I think you were just getting trolled.
Dude, it was just like imagine thousands
Go
of
here,
people
go
just
there,
being
go-
herded. Like you're just being
What?
herded into this one metro station.
Wow,
That was
insane.
it was crazy.
The metro. Oh, what is it called? The tube.
The tube.
The tube or the tube?
I don't know. I think it's the
Anyway.
tube. Yeah.
So
So,
that's
what did you
great.
do for New Year's though?
What did we do? I don't. Oh, well, I spent it with my dad's side of the family. We did like a New Year's Secret Santa type of game. It was very interesting because we had like age range from 80 years old to, and the youngest was like 9. And so we all were we put in our names and like did a Secret Santa type of raffle thing, like gift exchange.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
That's
super
so
fun.
fun.
Huh?
That's really fun.
Yeah. And then
That's what we used to do
family
that.
time.
Like we'll do stuff like that, or at least not Secret Santa, but just presents in general. I don't know. Recently we've decided like we're so tired of spending New Year's in LA.
yeah,
It's just such a hassle, and
I
then
think
my
it's,
parents just get super stressed from like setting up. So
yeah. Well, the way that we do it, let's explain for people who don't know. In the Armenian culture, it's highly accepted to go to people's houses,
Yeah.
right? Like that following week of New Year's Eve, the next day you go to like the elders and you kind of like go down the ranks, so to speak,
Basically.
out of respect, right? And you go and say Happy New Year, and it's like a dinner or a lunch, whatever.
and you call a bunch of people to see who's in town and who's not.
Yeah, and then people come to your house, right? And I think that gets kind of hectic. But I don't know if there's any other culture that does that, or definitely like Americans.
Americans definitely don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't. Neither have I seen like any Europeans do that. I think it's mainly just like Armenians.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if any other
type
Middle
of-
Eastern.
Someone started a tradition somewhere down, right?
Have you ever had that where you go to someone's house and then they come to your house right after?
Right
being-
after, yeah. It's like, hey, are you guys home? Like, look, we'll just come over. Why not? And then, yeah, it's a part 2. Yeah, I get it though. Celebrating New Year's in LA kind of gets annoying. Same with celebrating New Year's in Vegas. A lot of people do that, and then
You know,
it's
I've
like,
never done that.
You haven't?
I don't think I've. No, I've never celebrated New Year's in Vegas.
in Vegas. It's so fun.
Is it?
It is.
I'll have to try because I've done it in like Utah. I've done it in
Utah
New
with the
York
Mormons.
and Boston. Where else have I done it?
Boston.
Armenia, I've done it, and that was really fun. And now London, but I've
Nice.
never done it in Vegas.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. It always depends, like wherever you're traveling, it depends on the group that you're going with.
I feel like that'd be fun if we like did a friends trip for New Year's to do
Yeah.
that. But other than that, I don't see myself celebrating.
New Year's there. Yeah.
I feel like it'd be too much, too hectic,
Yeah.
too many people.
So, you didn't feel any like jet lag or anything, huh? I was telling you, you guys were kind of,
I mean, I definitely felt jet lagged when it hits like 12 or midnight.
Yeah.
I start getting really tired. But other than that,
pretty good.
yeah, pretty okay. I
Sleep
slept.
schedule, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do like sleep. I do start like falling asleep closer to midnight.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think that's just my energy levels that have gone down for a little bit.
Speaking of sleep, do you know anything about paralysis demons?
Paralysis? No.
Paralysis
You're gonna have to
demons?
explain
Have you
that
heard of
one to
that?
me.
I just found out about it. It's when you're sleeping, but you're actually awake, and there's some like creature or something and you're just like not able to move. It's like a live nightmare.
It's so
It's
weird.
incredible.
I've never experienced that. I mean, I've experienced like
Paralysis
waking up from sleep with a panic attack, but I've never experienced.
You woke up from sleeping with a panic attack?
Yeah, that's happened to me like several times. but, like,
Panicking about what? Sleeping?
no, I don't know. I just had a panic attack while sleeping,
Oh shit.
but I've never had like a sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis. I don't know if it's a trend, because you know a lot of these things go through like social media, and then everyone's like, I saw a paralysis demon. What is that even? But
You need to go get back. You need to go get like.
you need some holy water. You need some Jesus is what you need. But
Oh my god!
anyway.
Speaking of that, have you seen that thing where it's like speaking of demons and like holy water? Have you seen that thing where it's like, well, why are there no vampires in Africa?
No.
And it's like, what if some priest just like blessed the rain cloud?
Wait, what?
Like, haven't you heard that? Like, okay, like you know how holy
get
water
it.
kills vampires?
Yeah.
It's like, what if a priest just blessed rain clouds and turned rain clouds into holy water?
Oh, but what does it have to do with Africa?
Because that's why there's a desert there, right? Because like holy water isn't like really.
Oh, got it.
I don't know, it was just something
Sorry.
funny.
I feel like I was supposed to laugh more, but I'm so like,
No, it just made no sense. It was a
it
funny
did
thing
not
that I
click.
saw, but it was like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Cool. Vampires in Africa. Love that. It's good.
Yeah.
Kind of a vibe. Oh. Anyway, guys, thank you all for listening. That was today's episode.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. This was Gev.
This is Scott.
We're signing off.
Peace.